go. Hey guys, how you guys doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and everything in between, guys. Yes, it is us, just us people. Yes, you guys came to the right place. Thank you so much for pressing play and for spending this time with us. You could have been anywhere in this world, but you're here with us. And we thank you for it. So, today, we got something incredible for you guys. As always, something that's going to be fire. Fire. And this is the weekend, on the weekend, we got to bring it. So we're going to be bringing it one more time. But before we go to the better stuff, the exciting stuff, okay, I'm going to go into a little bit of just the intro, right? So the intro, as always, I'm going to kind of remind us what this platform is about. So this platform is about just people, right? Just us people spending time together, talking to one another, sharing ideas, giving our opinion, our expertise, right? Whenever we have the expertise, we try to share it. Whenever we don't, we try to learn, right? And we'll give our 2 cents regardless because it's our opinion. But the catch and the key is we are here to learn. We are here to learn together, to on this journey to grow together. And like one of my mentors always says, we are in process. All of us are in process, growth, trying to reach a little bit of wisdom. Knowledge is power, and we're looking for that knowledge. But what we do is share. And as we share, we want to unite. We want to share. We try to share our differences so that our differences actually unite us and not divide us. This place, this platform is for love. It's about love. We are not about discrimination. We are not about separation. We are not about, oh, look at you. You don't have a passport. Oh, look at you. You didn't take this. No, we are here to just learn with one another and move forward and grow in our own minds. Now, before I go further, I just want to say, do not forget, please comment. Takes few minutes, maybe a few seconds for some of you that are just speedsters, right? Also, don't forget to like. That is the way we are able to touch the world, right? That's the way we're able to bring these videos to more people so that more people can learn, can see what we're sharing as a group. And that is the way YouTube does the little thing in the background, and then the magic happens. And then also subscribe. Just wait, what? Takes one click? Yes, one click. Just subscribe, and that's going to help you to be the first to know when we have something new drop. When we have a new video, you get to be the first, right? And don't forget to turn on those notifications as well. But like my co-host likes to say, also share, word of mouth, and there's that button. And I'm gonna let her do her thing as well, because she is, best when it comes to that part as well. And I just want to say also, my name. Apologize, I didn't introduce myself. Let me reintroduce myself for those of you who does not know us. My name is Mokonzi, And my beautiful, wonderful co-host is Shadia. Woo! All right, guys, I'm gonna leave the floor now to the great Shadia to take us in, introduce and take us into the subject matter of tonight. So exciting. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Thanks so much for the wonderful intro and all the reminders. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are so grateful and blessed that you are here today. And we're excited to jump into our topic. As Mackenzie said, I'm Shadia. And just as a few reminders, the things we say, we are speaking from a place of love. We are speaking from a place of open-mindedness, and we are speaking opinions. We do, implement expertise where applicable, but, this is just an open-minded forum for us to discuss things. So that being said, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Sharing is important. Sharing is how we spread the word. Sharing is how we get more subscribers, more followers, and more people that may be interested in being guests or just, commenting. Like he said, comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all of those things. Do all four. And I promise you it takes less than 20 seconds to do all four. So we greatly appreciate the support we have now. We look forward to growing with you guys getting to know us better, and us hopefully getting to know you guys through your comments, some of you guest speakers and so forth and so on. So thanks again. Blessings on blessings. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it as always.
Yes.
It is Saturday. I'm excited for today's topic. Today's topic is very interesting, and I'm going to have a lot to say on it, but I won't go overboard. I promise I won't talk you guys to sleep. But the topic is, why do so many of us neglect and or forget self-care? Now, self-care in itself is a relatively modern and progressive kind of concept, right? People didn't talk too much about self-care back in the day. It was like, you got to do what you got to do, and that's it. And with that mindset, people were running themselves into the ground. They were working like workhorses with no intention of stopping, no intention of taking a break, just, working themselves to the bone. And there was no idea of, hey, I need to take some time to myself, for whatever reason, mental health, physical health. I need to catch up on sleep. I need to spend more time with my family. I got to go renew my driver's license, run some errands. I have to do things for me. That concept hasn't always been around from what I understand. However, and what I mean by what I understand is by the elders around me, I don't see them really engaged in self-care activities. And I think it's because they never really embraced that concept. It was just work. So that being said, the question of why do so many of us neglect and forget to do it is because it is not taught to us as a concept for us to utilize. It is not taught to us as something that we should open ourselves up to. You know what I mean? The workforce and so forth has us, under the impression, I guess, that we're just supposed to, push through no matter what. And so, the idea has never been in our minds to take a step back. For me, I had to learn about self-care in a way that kind of broke a bad or not so positive habit of mine, which was to care for everyone else except myself. I've been a wife, I've been a mother, I've been these things, a family member, daughter, and so forth. And in those various roles, you have duties to perform, right? And as with all things, you are an important factor in those things. But what happens is we forget ourselves in that. So I was so busy being a wife, I was so busy being a mom, I was so busy caring for my family that I forgot to care for me. And then I would have these moments of overwhelmness, over exhausted, I just, emotional exhaustion, physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, all of these things I was feeling. And I didn't know what to do to relieve myself of feeling overwhelmed. So, I know I neglected it because I gave all of my energy and efforts to those around me and not myself. And McConaughey and I talk about this a lot. He points out like how we're very similar in the way that we're givers. You know what I mean? We're selfless people. We make sure everyone around us is good. And, you know, sometimes that may also play out in a way that everybody else is good and we're not really good, but we won't speak up because it's just important to us for others around us to be good. So long story short, learning self-care opened a whole new door for me. You know what I mean? Like I no longer felt like self-care was selfish in a negative way. It is selfish, but I would call it something like positive selfishness. Like I'm taking care of me so that I can be the best version of me for you all. And just so that I can be the best version of myself, because it's important for us to take care of ourselves. For givers and caretakers and so forth, people see them as that. And so they often don't check in on them. You know, I saw a meme circulating, it's probably still circulating, where it says something like, check in on your strong friends. You know what I mean? Like check in on the ones that's always checking in on everybody else, because those ones may be struggling the most, but they'll never say it. You know, so yeah, self-care, neglecting it, it's been embedded in us for so long to work, and not even think 1 second about relaxing. But I promise you, if you open your eyes and, you know, try to do that thing of self-care, whatever it is, if it's, you know, taking off work or, you know, sleeping in or whatever it is, going to get a massage, take yourself shopping, take yourself to the movies, take yourself out to eat, go take a walk out in nature and just enjoy the fresh air. Like whatever it looks like to you, do that thing. And then there's small ways that you can engage in self-care even outside of that. One thing I don't really do, and I've become better for it, is I'm not a slave to my phone anymore, right? So sometimes I don't take phone calls and maybe it's not a good time to talk, and that's okay. It's not selfish, it's not mean. I don't want to talk right now, or I can't talk right now. And that's fine. And I remember struggling with that before because it was like, I felt bad. I was like, oh, they probably really need me. But then it's like, no, because wherever they are, I'm not there anyway. So, you know, if you're calling me for something, it is an emergency. You know how they say, if you call a doctor's office, they say, if this is an emergency, hang up and call 911. Like, don't call me if you got an emergency, call the police. Like, get some help, get an ambulance or something. But yeah, not answering my phone was one way. Not saying yes to every invitation. That was a big one for me because I used to be like, yes, I'll come to that. It's at 3 and it ends at 7. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll come to your event at 7:32. Like it was like back to back to back. And then I just started being like, I'm not gonna make it. And I was at home chilling with my kids. I wasn't even like, you know, busy. I didn't have the energy, whether it was emotional, mental, or physical, to go to a social event. You know what I mean? So that being said, if you are one of those people that feels like self-care is selfish or, you know, negatively selfish, just remember that you can't care for everyone else as greatly unless you care for yourself first. So that being said, Mackenzie, I think I'm gonna pass the mic a bit because sometimes I kind of, you know, run low on what I'm gonna say, but then you say something and kind of gives me a whole other perspective and a whole new idea of something else to say. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that mic to you, Mackenzie.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Shadia. You said everything. You said everything there is to be said. You know, just, you know, basically you dropped the mic and I'm just looking at that mic like, ah, it's on fire. That's it. We're done. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for
What?
just kidding. anyways, I just wanted to kind of go into it like that. But no, like Shadia just said, there's a lot she said there that, you know, I do totally agree. The way I like to look at things is we got to look at um, the history, okay, the history of just people in general. What we see is, especially in America and now, even in the world as a whole, right? Because of capitalism and so on and so forth, people want to live the American life, right? The American dream, right? And as a result, people have been have gotten this impression of the world that, okay, we got to keep working, right? And work or activities have turned into becoming success, right? The more you do, the more you're successful. Because, there's this little impression in people, I feel like, where, or this pressure that when someone asks you the question, what are you doing or what are you about to do? You don't want to, people feel as if they don't want to necessarily say, hey, nothing. I'm just going to go home and, chill, just sit quietly in a place without TV, without my phone, social media, all these new things that we see out nowadays where you got to post, you got to post, you got to do this, without any of that, and just enjoy me, no one else, but enjoy me, enjoy the presence of me. The problem that we're seeing is that people, I think, subconsciously we're becoming afraid of ourselves, right? Of our own self. We don't spend enough time with yourself. And I would bet that most of us wouldn't know what to do with ourselves if we were to spend time with ourselves, right? And that's why, sad to say, and for those of you that are in this case, like, get some help. But during the pandemic, a lot of people went through some mental problems, right? Because they didn't have the people that were surrounding them. So they, you know, always the busyness and sitting back and now having to really think on yourself. Like, okay, what have I done? Where am I going? What is the meaning of life? To be or not to be? When those questions arise, it has impacted people negatively because they have not had the time to do that in so long, right? So you're looking at also, uh, going back a little bit to the history. At some point in history in the US, people were working, up to 90 hours plus a week, right? And that became part of the culture. Now, when we fast forward and we look at the American dream, everyone wants the American dream, right? In the past, more people were getting to that American dream, I feel like. Nowadays, the middle class is shrinking. The rich, only a small percent left. And then the poor is just growing. But people are working. Minimum wage isn't moving up where it was supposed to be by now, $20 to $25 an hour. Everything else is getting more expensive, but people are not getting paid more. So they think that, okay, since I'm not getting paid more, I need to work more to earn a living, right? So all of it also resides in culture, in the culture. Now, when you look at the American dream, you have the keeping up with the Joneses. Okay, when you're looking at the American dream, keeping up with the Joneses is part of it. Where you look at the next person and you have this tendency. We have this tendency to compare ourselves, right? So as a result of comparing yourself, if your friend or your neighbor or somebody that you know or seen, or compare yourself, oh, this is a black person, I'm, a Caucasian, I should be, ahead of him, or whatever, then you have that conflict. Like, I gotta start working harder. I gotta start doing all these different things. I'm gonna give you guys an example of myself, right? A couple of years ago, and we'll go into a lot of other things here. A couple of years ago, I was working very, very hard. I was working full time, going to school full time, and I was working for a company, one of the biggest companies there is, and um, I was, competition was incredible, right? So in a company like that, it's kind of cutthroat because every day they want you to surpass yourself, which is good, in some sense, not all the time, but every day they're like, oh, what did you learn new today? Like, what, you always have to surpass yourself, but you weren't just surpassing yourself. You had everybody else, it's corporate America, looking and breathing down your throat as well, right? Everyone wants your position and so on and so forth. So I was doing all that. And I also had the pressure of family, right? The family is like, okay, are you done with school? And not just the pressure, but it was as if like I wanted to please family. And that's another thing too. Self-care has a connection with pleasing others. Instead of pleasing yourself, we're always going after pleasing. What can I do to make the next person happy? Not you, but them, right? What, and like Shadia said, we are givers. I'm a giver. We got big hearts, so we're always willing and ready and wanting to help others. How can we help you? If we have something that can help you, then let us know, right? So I was doing all of that, and as a result, I ended up getting sick. But getting to that, because and not only sick, but the stress that added to it. But one of the reasons why also I ended up getting sick was because I let go of the way I was eating, the way I was sleeping, the way I was spiritually aligned, right? So not enough time to spend with God, not enough time to spend with myself, not enough time to spend, doing one thing and one thing alone, always going. I would go from work, boom, school, from school, boom, homework, from homework, boom, I got to read an article, boom, to know more. Then I got to know what's the next product, right? For work. Boom. Then in the morning, I'm at work. So it was continuous. And when it's continuous, that's why you're seeing today also um, obesity. And one of the reasons why you're one of the factors that's impacting the pandemic right now is a lot of people have the call morbidity of obesity, right? Obesity is causing, also is part of causing this pandemic as well, right? Because once you have that, then other things sets up in your body, and then it allows for an environment where something else can come in. So one of the other things I was wanting to bring was fear of failure, and that's a big fear that we all have, right? And because we have this fear of failure and we have this comparison mindset, we say, okay, I want to outwork everybody. And that's the only way I'm going to be successful.
Mhm.
when in fact that is completely false. A lot of the people that made that became very successful, well, it wasn't necessarily because they outwork everybody. It's because they were able to figure out ways to make things easier for themselves, but to maximize.
Mhm.
They made things easier. Let me repeat. They made things easier for themselves in order to maximize, right? So this thought process, oh my gosh, the only way I'm going to be able to make this is if I do 20,000 things, is completely wrong. Now, uh, with that fear, I think that one of the solutions, like Shadia was telling us, is to really take some time, let go. Which I myself, like her, got to a point where I had to let go of all of that, of the fear, of the comparison. Yes, you are now CEO, and I haven't gotten there. Oh yes, you got this kind of car. So what? On these social media, I'm not out there posting. I don't usually post me, right? You have the me generation today. No, I'm doing my things in silence, and someone finds out later, oh, you have a master's degree. Oh, you did this. Oh, you work for that. Oh, you got a business. Oh, and it's not necessarily that all of a sudden, I was working here, they were seeing me sweat, they were seeing me run. No, they see me relax, hanging out with everybody, but I'm working on my pace, not comparing myself with anybody, and just doing what is good for me. So food, paying attention to my nutrition, right? Those are some of the things. Paying attention to my time management, paying attention to my spirituality, paying attention to the time that I spend with people, with family, with friends, paying attention to the time I spend with myself, meditating, watching TV, doing something that I like to do, reading a book, right? Playing an instrument, taking time out of my day to just breathe, just walk, like Shadia said, go out, walk, go out, sit out, watch the stars, watch the sky, look at the clouds. We don't think like that anymore. Do you guys remember when we were younger as kids and everything was magical? We would look at like the trees. You look at a tree and be like, man, this is so cool, right? And then we would also look at the sky and look at the clouds, and we were able to see the shapes.
Mhm.
Nowadays sometimes it's hard for me to find the shape. Like, what does that look like? But back in those days, I'd be like, oh, that looks just like this. This looks like the whole sky would be like amazing, would be alive, lively, because I will have a horse over here, I will have like a lion over there, like everything. Now this is like uh damn,
It's like it's gonna rain today.
cone right there, or just like she said, I think it's gonna rain today, and we don't spend the time. So, but when I changed everything, I've seen an improvement in my health. I've seen an improvement in my emotions, right? I'm happier, I have more energy, I am more vibrant, vibrating. My frequencies are different, I'm more impactful, like Shadia said also, is now that you're working on yourself, it helps you, it arms you, it gives you the tools to help people more efficiently. Before, you were working hard and you weren't getting the same the right success, right? You were working hard, but you're not going anywhere. Kind of like a hamster on a wheel. You jump there, you're running, 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 but you ain't going nowhere. You're still in that same cage. Okay. But when you change your mindset, you change the way you think, when you figure out that things are gonna be here, let me take care of myself, then you're able to transcend that and move into something completely different where you are seeing, like, you are in the moment. And one of the CEOs that I was watching said, because of the hustle and bustle, when he would go to meetings, he gets into meetings, he was never present. His assistants would tell him things, oh, this and that, and he'll be like, huh. you know Everybody else will keep him on track, basically, because he had too much, had no time for his kids or anything like that. And he said to me, he said, listen, you need to live in the now. Don't be thinking about, 20 years from now, how, two, 3 years from now. No, think about today, right now. How can you be the best person you can be for others, right? How can you impact others in the best of ways? But the trick is by impacting yourself in the best of ways.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, guys. Shadi, I think due to the time I've been going as well, we're gonna kind of wrap it up. Is that okay, or you had some more?
Absolutely. No, you brought up all the excellent points. Thanks so much for sharing that.
This was an incredible, again, and another one, an incredible subject. We would love for you guys to get in the comment section and comment. Let us know. Please let us know how you guys feel. What are your opinions? What do you guys do to help yourself be in the moment? What do you guys do to allow yourself to love yourself, right? What are the different techniques that others can actually use as well, benefit from, that you guys can share for all of us, and share even experiences of what's happening now or what happened to you before that got you into neglecting yourself, neglecting how you eat, neglecting how you live, how you spend time with people, neglecting your relationships, love life, neglecting all of those neglects. Let us know what happened, what brought you to it, so that other people can look and say, hey, okay, when I see that sign, when I see this, I gotta be careful. I need to slow down. So please comment below. And as we always say on this platform, when you comment, we will respond. And not only are we going to respond, but we're also going to maybe bring you on and have a discussion with you. And you can talk to us. Let us know how you feel about a subject, maybe a subject that you yourself want to expose and teach others on this platform where you are an expert, or if you just want to come in and freestyle like we do, we will be more than happy to have you on here. Also, do not forget, don't forget to just like. Takes 1 second, 1 second. Like, that's the way the word goes out, and we can impact the world. We can impact as many people as possible, especially in today's world where discussions, being able to express yourself is sort of under attack. People don't want to, they don't want to hear a different, opinion. No. No, this is the time we need for we need to take for other people to see and say, hey, you know what? Those people might think differently, but I see something there that I never thought about. Or other people that think like us can say, hey, you know what? I think like them. I thought I was alone, but there are other people. So please subscribe, and don't forget to to turn on the notifications. When we drop a video, you can be the first person on it and the first person to react. Okay. And also share. As Shadia always tells us, share. Sharing is caring. Please, Shadia, talk to us a little bit about sharing, and then I'm gonna close afterwards.
Okay. Well, I mean, like we said, sharing is caring. Sharing is a big deal. It gets that broadcast out to multiple people. So we would greatly appreciate you sharing it on your wall, on your story. Share with your friends and family. Share with whoever. This is a platform that is open for anyone. So it's not like you have to censor it. Sharing is caring. It is a free ability to spread our information and spread our platform. It's free to share, literally, completely free. So yeah, blessings on blessings. Thank you so much for the time. We appreciate you always. And I'm gonna pass it back to you to wrap us up. Thanks, Mackenzie.
Thank you so much, Shadia. Your wonderful words and just your wisdom always impacting all of us. Thank you. Thank you guys for spending this time with us as always. And enjoy the rest of your day. And we love you. Blessings. This platform is for love and unity, and not discrimination, not separation, not breaking, but we want to bring people together so that we can grow as a whole. We can be stronger for it. Thank you. And as I always say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and everything in between. See you guys. Much love.